Do not go into the new year winging it. You can get away with that for a while. You kind of show up, just get some stuff done, make some money, rinse and repeat. If you want your 2025 to be different than your 2024, you've got to behave differently. You've got to come into the game differently. You just have to do that. Hi, this is Coach Joe Lukacs, and welcome to the Magellan Network Show. My goal inside of this communication, this show, is to share with you my nearly 30 years of coaching some of the most successful financial advisors in North America. We're going to be talking about strategies, syntaxes. We're going to be bringing guests on from time to time, and I'm going to share with you what's working now. So think of this show as sort of like a little one-on-one kind of mini coaching cast, if you like, where we're going to be going in depth from time to time on strategies to help you grow your business, get more effective, become more efficient, find balance in your time management, grow your business, and quite frankly, whatever else is going on in the world today. So before we get to today's episode, I'd love for you to do a couple things for me. Number one, make sure that if you're watching this on YouTube, that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're doing the audio, make sure that you give us a review on whether it's Spotify or Apple. We'd really appreciate that. And quite frankly, that does help. It does matter when you rate things and like things and subscribe to things. It helps us get the word out to more of the industry. And lastly, I have a very special gift for you. Go to MagellanNetwork.net, so one word, MagellanNetwork.net, and I have for you a complimentary membership, 100% gratis, where you can tap into about between 50 and 75 hours of masterclasses, forms, tools, templates, and strategies. So please go ahead and make sure you go ahead and get that claimed. Smash the like button and subscribe. And please go ahead and leave us a review on whatever podcasting platform you're on. And now, let's get to this week's episode. Hi, it's your Coach Joe Lukacs, and welcome to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. Season's greetings. Happy end of 2024. In this episode, really more like a little checklist of things that you want to focus on to wrap up 2024. As importantly, make sure you're ready for 2025. So first off, downtime is critical. I find this to be a real issue for a lot of advisors because they don't plan out the entire year. They end up in December. They owe CE credits. They're getting RMDs done. They have clients that need last minute tax planning. And, they work up until Christmas, sometimes through Christmas, New Year's. And then you come into the new year, i.e. 2025, and you're exhausted, right? We have to remember that first off, in most human beings, real life, right? The holidays, while they're family time, downtime, and time to reflect, it's stressful. You have holiday parties, family obligations, all that jazz, right? Plus you're trying to wrap up your business, take care of your people, and get ready for the new year. So number one is downtime is critical. Now, as you're watching or listening to this, you may already have your calendar set. So let me give you a couple of suggestions. Number one, if you can grab at least 7 to 10 days, do so between Christmas and New Year's at least. If you can't do that because you're already kind of screwed yourself with the schedule, then do this. Do not start your new year on the first of the year. Take that whole first week and start it on, I think it's Monday the 6th, if I remember accurately off the top of my head. Like make Monday, January 6th, day one of the 2025 year. Do not fall out of one year and fall into a new year, which many of you do, right? Terrible idea. Next, 2024 is coming to a close. So we need to shut it down. And what I mean by that is, look, you're coming from one of three places. You've had a great year, in essence, a record year. And that's where a lot of my clients are. And good, right? Great markets. Everything's turned out well. So we're good there. Some of you had okay years, could have been better, but for whatever reason, look, life happens. Sometimes you have family things go on, personal things go on. You just couldn't keep your eye on the ball, but it's still okay. Didn't meet expectations. Okay, it's done. Third situation, it was just not a good year for you for whatever reason, right? And the one thing that you have to do or commit to do is not take the current version of you into the new year. So the old definition of insanity is what? Let's keep doing what we're doing and expecting a different result, right? So number one is that, if you had a great year, I know what some of you are going to sit there and say, how am I going to replicate this? How am I going to grow even more next year? You have to have a belief that you can grow next year. I mean, unless you had like the case of a career, right? Or you had a client come in with $100 million from a lottery winning or the sale of the business or something like that. You got to believe that you've got the capabilities and confidence that you will find a way to take this year and build on it next year. Okay? Super critical that is the way you want to go into it. What else do we need to do? What we need to do is be very honest with ourselves and ask, where do we need to be better, right? Do we need to be better in our morning game? Do we need to be better at referrals and introductions? Do we need to be better at our COI game? Do we need to be better at being organized? Like, where are the gaps in your game that you want to replicate, right? The other thing you have to do is that, again, some of you are part of our tribe, so you know about our morning rituals. Some of you are not part of our tribe, so I'll say it this way. I have found an immutable law of success in this game, and it's not really shocking, quite frankly. It is that if you can control the first hour of the day, do what I need you to do in terms of a morning ritual, we call it the Magellan Power Hour in our terminologies. You do that, then you're going to control your day. You're going to get outcomes. You're going to execute. You do that enough days in a row, you're going to have a great week, and the rest takes care of itself. Hi, Coach Joe Lukacs here, and I'm just breaking here for a moment just to do a couple quick reminders. Number one, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel or our podcast. In addition, please leave a comment or a review. Those things really, really matter. And share this episode with 3 of your colleagues inside the financial services space. And lastly, make sure that you go ahead and claim your free membership inside of Magellan Network. Now back to this week's episode. So one of the things which is critically important is own the morning. And while you're away on renewal time, sabbatical, family time, vacation, call it whatever you like, between now and January 6th, lock down or continue to keep locked down your morning. It is a leading indicator of success. I can take any advisor, tell me about the first hour of the day, I know how they operate. Own the morning. Critically important. Next, what is the game plan for next year? So if you're part of our tribe, you have access to either legacy planning, or you're in our core program, you have access to our brand new Magellan Vision 10X 2025, right? Brand new, just recorded it last month. Some of you are not part of anything. So at minimum, then go sit down somewhere on one piece of paper and write down what you want to accomplish in 2025. I do think we have some free templates and tools here for MagellanNetwork.net. You get access to them. Do not go into the new year winging it. You can get away with that for a while. If you're a certain size practice, you can kind of show up, just get some stuff done, make some money, rinse and repeat. If you want your 2025 to be different than your 2024, you've got to behave differently. You've got to come into the game differently. You just have to do that. So it's about raising standards. A lot of times, advisors will say, "Oh, I want to go do this, I want to do that." So great. I want to double my business in 3 years. I want to, quadruple in the next 5 to 10 years. Great. What are your standards to get that done? Oftentimes, what is the minimum that I must do, right? I call raising the floor. Anybody can have a great day once in a while. That's why the morning is so important. Like, you can go and have a great Tuesday, crush your contacts, do some referral conversations, source a couple names, get a prospect to call you back, and man, wouldn't it be great to have every year like this? But those are not every day. Do you know the art and the science of winning ugly? When you don't sleep the night before, when you don't want to get up and do your morning ritual, when your total goal is to survive the day. And for many of you, this is actually how you operate all the time. Survival, make some money, check the box, get home, hopefully get some sleep, rinse and repeat next day. In other words, you've created a relatively decent paying prison/job. But you and I both know when you really think about who you are and what you've accomplished, you woefully have underperformed. Well, what's going to be different for you next year? You're going to have that same conversation. Oh, this year I'm going to get focused. I'm going to get organized. And then by February 1st, it's all gone. Like, make a different decision this year, right? And I'm not going to say this for me, but you know what? There are a lot of coaches out there. If you're not involved with a coach, you're crazy. Period. Doesn't have to be me. I'm not for everybody. But get somebody that you can resonate with and that's in your budget to go ahead and drop the ego, please. I deal with some of the most successful people in this game that you're like, why would they need somebody like you, Joe? They're successful. There's a clue there. That's why. How you have a great 25 and get ready for 25 is to make a commitment to be the best version of yourself in 2025. So that means a lot of things depending on where you're coming from, right? Whether that is you've got to get healthier, you've got to get more energy, you've got to get more organized, have your own kind of coming to Jesus meeting and say enough's enough. You know, it's easy to sit there and make declarations. It's way harder to then practice them consistently. And this is the fatal flaw for most human beings around New Year's when they make resolutions, right? I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And they're motivated for about 2 weeks. And that's why motivation sucks. You know, a lot of people think, oh, Joe, you know, you're this motivational guy. I'm not. Motivation sucks. It's fleeting. It lasts for days, if not weeks. I don't motivate any of my clients. I speak the truth to them, right? We talk about strategies. I want somebody to be inspired, self-committed. It's not about me, or it should not be about any coach, quite frankly. A great coach makes you self-reliant, self-accountable. Self-accountability is a superpower, right? If you're needing to report into people, that tells me then that we're not evolving the way we need to be, right? I hear all the time, Joe, I need some accountability. Why? You're not committed. You're not stupid. I know you know what you need to do. So why do you think, right? And this is why you need to have honest and open conversation with yourself this time of year. So wrap up this year, get some downtime, own the morning, get your plan done for 2025. I think we'll have one more conversation right after the ball drops, probably, because I'm going to take next week off. So I'll be with you guys early in January. I want all of you to commit to making 2025 your best year ever, even if this year has been your best year ever. Happy holiday season greetings. And all the information you ever need is MagellanNetwork.net. Go check that out. And see you guys in a couple weeks. Thank you for watching or listening to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. Hey, if any of this resonated with you, I invite you to come to MagellanNetwork.net. And we have a powerful group coaching community of like-minded advisors. Come in for a trial. You and I will have a one-on-one conversation. Let's see if I can help elevate your game, both personally and professionally.